41 million Americans are currently under blizzard warnings as a powerful bomb cyclone, named Winter Storm Hernando, barrels up the eastern seaboard. 6 states have declared states of emergency: New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, Delaware, Massachusetts, and Rhode Island. This is honestly one of the most significant winter storms to hit the I-95 corridor in years. The term bomb cyclone has a precise meteorological meaning. It refers to a storm whose central atmospheric pressure drops by at least 24 millibars in 24 hours. Winter Storm Hernando is forecast to drop nearly 40 millibars in that same window, close to double the threshold, making it, well, an exceptionally intense event. The storm is generating winds and snowfall rates comparable to what a Category 2 hurricane produces, except instead of rain, it is delivering snow at 2 to 4 inches per hour. 3 days ago, forecast models had this system tracking well offshore. Most of the Northeast was looking at little more than wind and a possible light dusting. Overnight model runs shifted the storm track roughly 50 miles to the west, and that change placed the entire I-95 corridor from Philadelphia to Boston directly in the path of historic blizzard conditions. Starting in the mid-Atlantic, Washington D.C. is looking at 3 to 6 inches of accumulation with a rain-to-snow changeover expected well before midnight. That may sound modest compared to what is developing to the north, but even a few inches of snow on D.C.'s beltway during a Monday morning commute creates serious travel disruption. A winter storm watch is in effect. Baltimore steps up further, with 8 to 12 inches expected and wind gusts of 40 to 50 miles per hour. Overpasses and bridges, which freeze before road surfaces, will be the first danger points. Philadelphia is in the thick of it. 12 to 18 inches of snow are on the table, with some outer suburbs approaching blizzard thresholds. The Monday morning commute on Interstate 95 and the Schuylkill Expressway is going to be dangerous regardless of overnight salting efforts. Residents in central Pennsylvania and the Harrisburg area should expect 6 to 12 inches, and the Interstate 81 corridor will deteriorate significantly overnight. Anyone needing to drive should do so before 10 p.m. The entire state of New Jersey is under a full blizzard warning, not a watch, not an advisory, a blizzard warning covering everything from the Delaware Water Gap to Cape May. Newark and Jersey City are looking at 12 to 20 inches with near whiteout conditions expected overnight. The Jersey Shore presents the most extreme forecast in this entire event. Atlantic City and surrounding coastal communities could see 18 to 24 inches, with isolated spots potentially exceeding that. Coastal flooding of 1 to 3 feet is expected on top of the snow accumulation, and sustained winds of 45 to 55 miles per hour will make outdoor conditions genuinely dangerous. Travel in these areas is strongly discouraged. New York City is facing its first blizzard warning for all 5 boroughs in nearly a decade. A travel ban is in effect. Schools are closed. Peak snowfall is expected between midnight and 6 a.m. Monday, with totals ranging from 12 to 24 inches across the 5 boroughs. The wide range reflects remaining uncertainty and where the heaviest band sets up. 50 miles in storm position can mean the difference between 14 inches and 22 inches. What is not uncertain is that the combination of snowfall rates and wind speeds will make conditions on any New York City street genuinely dangerous during the overnight hours. MTA service disruptions are expected well into Monday afternoon. Long Island faces some of the worst conditions of the entire event. 18 to 24 inches of snow combined with blizzard warnings and wind gusts of 60 to 70 miles per hour out toward Montauk mean that trees still carrying snow from earlier storms this winter will begin to come down overnight, taking power lines with them. Suffolk County in particular faces a high risk of extended outages. If you have elderly relatives or neighbors on Long Island or coastal New Jersey, contact them now to confirm they have heat, water, food, and a plan if the power fails. Cape Cod and Nantucket are in a category of their own. Wind gusts of 75 to 80 miles per hour are forecast. That is the technical threshold for hurricane-force wind. Combined with more than 20 inches of snow, the Outer Cape will experience true whiteout conditions lasting for hours. Isolated coastal communities in these conditions require a community check-in approach. Residents should not be alone without someone aware of their situation. Moving into New England, all of Connecticut is under a blizzard warning with 10 to 18 inches expected. Hartford residents should note this storm intensified faster than many local forecasts initially captured. Rhode Island faces what could become one of the top 5 snowstorms in state history, with 14 to 23 inches, 55-mile-per-hour winds, and serious coastal erosion concerns along Narragansett Bay. Providence has handled major storms before, but the combination of totals and wind speeds places this event in a different category than recent winters. Boston is under its first blizzard warning in 4 years. 18 to 24 inches are forecast, with wind gusts hitting 50 to 60 miles per hour and snowfall rates that could touch 3 inches per hour at their peak overnight. Coastal flooding is a concern for waterfront and harbor neighborhoods. After the storm clears Monday afternoon, temperatures are expected to crater into the teens and single digits overnight Monday into Tuesday. Every inch of wet snow that goes uncleared will freeze solid, creating black ice conditions that statistically produce more accidents than the storm itself. Because people assume the danger has passed. That post-storm ice risk is, honestly, one of the least discussed dangers of an event like this. When temperatures fall 20 to 30 degrees below average on Monday afternoon, the slushy streets of Philadelphia, New York, and Boston will become skating rinks by Monday evening. Emergency managers are already warning residents not to treat Monday night as safe, simply because snowfall has ended. Power infrastructure is a serious concern throughout the hardest-hit zones. Utility crews across the Northeast are still recovering from 2 major outage events earlier this winter. Equipment is stressed, and above-ground line infrastructure that failed in previous storms has not been fully replaced. When 70-mile-per-hour gusts hit trees carrying 2 feet of wet snow, widespread outages become a matter of when, not if. If you are in a blizzard warning zone, there are specific actions to take before conditions deteriorate tonight. First, charge all devices now. Fill a bathtub with water in case pressure drops and pumps fail. Know the address of your nearest warming center before the power goes out. Searching for it at 2 a.m. with a dying phone battery in the dark is not the time to find out. If you use a generator, it must be placed a minimum of 20 feet from any window or door. Carbon monoxide has no smell and no color, and exposure can become fatal before symptoms are recognized. All pets should be brought indoors immediately and kept there. If conditions are too harsh for a person to stand outside comfortably for 10 minutes, they're too harsh for an animal. Anyone driving should carry a blanket, water, a flashlight, and a phone charger in the vehicle. Becoming stranded on I-95 or the Garden State Parkway tonight in these conditions can escalate from inconvenient to life-threatening quickly. For the Midwest, Chicago, Detroit, and Cleveland, this storm passes north of the primary impact zone, but the cold air mass sweeping out behind it is heading your direction. Wind chills are expected to fall well below zero by Tuesday, with Wednesday morning commutes feeling severe across the Great Lakes region. Looking further ahead, a clipper system is expected to bring an additional 2 to 4 inches to the northeast by Wednesday, slowing cleanup efforts significantly for communities already dealing with 2 feet on the ground. A higher impact system is being monitored for Thursday into Friday across the Mid-Atlantic and I-95 corridor, though it is too early for precise totals. The pattern shift from La Niña to neutral conditions, combined with warmer than average Gulf of Mexico water temperatures, is signaling the potential for large storm setups across the south and southeast in late February and into early March. Residents from Oklahoma and Arkansas through Tennessee, the Carolinas, and Virginia should monitor forecasts closely, as severe weather season may arrive earlier than typical this year. The priority for tonight and through Monday is simple. Stay indoors if you are in a warning zone, ensure vulnerable neighbors and family members are accounted for, and do not underestimate conditions after the snow stops. The storm clears Monday afternoon. A brief warm-up arrives mid-week, but Monday night, after the blizzard, may be the most dangerous time on the roads of the entire event. U.S. Storm Center will provide updated forecasts as overnight model